What's up, guys? Welcome back to El Merengue Culé. Matchday number 7 has finally finished, and we have a new leader in La Liga. Barcelona has just beat Real Sociedad 2-1 with the return of Lamine. Let's talk about it. Let's get started.
All right, guys. So I think today Hansi Flick took a bit of a gamble. If you look at the starting lineup, it's definitely not the strongest lineup he could have gone for, but I think it's a smart one.
Yeah.
He gave the players a bit of a break, that including like Lamine Yamal, Olmo. We can keep going on and on. I think Dro Fernandez, the 17-year-old kid playing attacking man, I think he had a pretty decent game. Didn't make too many mistakes. Showed what he had to show. Obviously, he's you're not going to expect him to go and score a hat-trick or anything, but I think he had a good game.
You never felt like there was a 17-year-old kid that just came in playing center attacking mid. The game still flowed.
Exactly. And I mean, the majority of the first half we dominated. Obviously, Real Sociedad caught us not in their only attack of the first half. Got a good goal in there.
Yeah.
Ex-Madridista, of course.
Odriozola holding up Madrid's name this weekend because Madrid couldn't do it themselves.
But it was honestly, it was nice to see this Barcelona playing well without the main players.
Yeah. Rooney Bargi also started, and I think we potentially saw his best performance since, starting to play with Barça.
I agree. I think his dribbling was really good, chopping in and out. The only thing is he wasn't able to find that perfect cross in. He tried it a handful of times. But the person that was able to find in a really good cross was Rashford right before time on that corner. To Kounde, who was able to score the header, whereas minutes before, in another corner, they were grabbing his hair, and they were never going to call that a penalty. So it was kind of nice to get that revenge back. All right, the ball ended up in the back of the net.
It was definitely a tough moment because Kounde scored minute 44, right before halftime, just when it was looking like Real Sociedad was going to pull out with the 1-0 lead to halftime, which would have changed this game completely, and it was also feeling like they were walking out with a bit of a robbery because their only shot of the game, that counterattack that Odriozola was able to tap in, was their only real attack of the whole half. Where in the other side, Ramiro, Real Sociedad's goalie, was literally making save after save after save. The main one that comes to my mind is the Pedri shot. I don't know who, someone else shot it first. Ramiro saves it. Pedri gets the rebound, shoots it. It's going in, and it literally hits off the Real Sociedad defender's head and goes out. And that was the moment where it was all right, maybe it's not Barca's night. Maybe it's not meant to be. Things are not going their way. It's gonna go 1-0 at halftime, and let's see how Barca finds their first goal back, and they're gonna have to come back yet again like they did against Oviedo, which we know multiple comebacks, back-to-back comebacks are not easy. No, but they've done it again.
No, and it's something they were doing a lot last season as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other save that I can think of from Ramiro is the corner. The Young lays it off to Rashford, and Rashford gets a good little hit. Maybe not the best placement, but a fantastic save early on in the match.
But then, obviously Kounde was able to tie it up, gave Barca a big breathing room going into the halftime. And the second half, there was a specific person that got reintroduced and changed the game.
The moment Lamine Yamal touched the field, Real Sociedad just they simply could not handle him. And I don't know any defender that could have. The way he was playing today, after a few weeks of not playing, coming in fresh, coming in hungry, he looked like he had venom in his eyes. He was there just dribbling past them like they were cones.
He looked like he was on a mission to get his Balón de Oro.
Yeah. Honestly, does just whatever move gets past him with a smirk on his face.
Yeah. When he did the elastico, Meg the guy.
It was his second time touching the ball, and he puts in that perfect cross to Lewa. A player who, well, I'm not going to say he played bad the first half. He just definitely wasn't as protagonistic as we're used to seeing of him. And that's what goes to show this Barcelona team is the attack force is the trio. Individually, they're all great players. But it's when they link up together that they get the best performances. And it's something we saw all last season, and it's something that was especially highlighted today.
Yeah.
The moment you bring them all back up together, as well as they were playing in individually in the first half, boom, it just chance after chance after chance after chance after chance. We saw another chance from Lewandowski where he was able to hit it off the crossbar. Unfortunately, it didn't go in, but you rewind it back and it's perfect pass to Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, perfect pass to Ferran Torres. Ferran Torres, perfect understanding with Lewandowski. It was just a finish that didn't happen, but the whole play was just beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, certainly at the moment Lamine Yamal touched the field, the game changed. He got his assist one minute into being on the field, which that in itself says a lot. And it does come at a shock that Barça wasn't able to find a third goal in that second half, because Real Sociedad is really not having a good start to their La Liga season. After 7 games, they have 5 points only. For a team that is, a Champions League contender the past 3, 4, 5 years consistently, it's a bit of a shame that they're having such a poor start to their season. And normally when I see Madrid or Barça playing Real Sociedad, that's a game that I'm like, all right, high risk for points being dropped. But it's just unfortunate that today I did not see a Real Sociedad that had anything to really take points away. Even though they've made good signings, they have Soler, they have Umar Sadiq up top, obviously Kubo, Oyarzabal, Guedes, Bryce Mendes. They have a good team.
They do.
But for some reason, they're not linking up well this year. They're not creating that much danger. Yes, in those 7 games, they've already played Madrid and Barça, which is obviously it makes it even a tougher start for La Liga. But hopefully for Real Sociedad's sake, we see them improve. Although we do know that they lost Subimendi, they've lost Merino, so they've lost some key players. But they never really looked like they were creating real danger up until the last minute. In the last 5 minutes, when Kubo hit the crossbar, and for a second I got my hopes up that would have gone in upper 90 and Barça would have dropped 2 points, which would have meant that Madrid would have still been they would have still been up, in the first place position, or if not tied in points. Unfortunate. But what this does mean for Barça is that they will go to sleep tonight, first place in La Liga after 7 matches. Obviously, guys, y'all know what happened to Real Madrid this weekend. If you haven't seen those live reactions, then that better be the next video that you're tuning in. But this leads us into a big week that everyone, at least all Barça fans, have had highlighted in their calendars. Barcelona against PSG. We're not going to go too into depth about this game today, right now, because that will be discussed in the VAR Check podcast tomorrow. So that's the reminder that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is your time to do so. The VAR Check podcast is going to be about an hour long. We're going to be covering everything that happened in the derby for Barça, as well in the Real Sociedad game and in their midweek game this past week, as well as the Champions League pregame. Ricky, any final thoughts?
I do want to highlight the increase in maturity that I saw from this Barcelona team in the last few minutes.
Yeah.
Last year, if you think back to the time against Inter Milan, you could blame that defeat on the lack of maturity to slow the pace down, to hold the ball. We went for that shot. We went for the goal. Lamine Yamal hit the post. Unlucky not to score back then. But that counterattack is kind of what led to them ending up beating us. Today, we saw a team that we had the chance to go to get that third goal up, and instead we decided to hold the ball on, right? Yeah. Pedri purposely took the ball and stopped it and dropped it and said, guys, we're holding on to this lead. We're not getting greedy. And with that being said, that leads us perfectly into the Champions League for this week.
Before we sign off, I do want to get your thoughts on who you would put as the man of the match.
I mean, just those minutes from Lamine Yamal were just insane.
Enough to give him man of the match?
Yeah, for me, yeah.
Interesting. I mean, it's definitely huge for Barca to have Lamine Yamal back.
Pedri was insane too. Pedri, just the whole match.
That's what I would have put.
Sure.
I think Pedri, the way he's continued to just dominate the midfield and provide that like artistic creativity in going forward with such like calm, composed manner.
The ball's glued to his foot the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, he had that one play where he just like dribbled through all these players and it literally looked like the ball was just glued to his feet.
Yeah, Pedri gets it.
I think Pedri has just been such a solid player. And that's why I would put as my man of the match. But obviously, Lamine Yamal coming back in such a good form is great news for Barcelona fans and Barcelona as a whole. So we'll see if Lamine Yamal is able to continue on this trend, especially with the first real test for Barcelona against PSG this weekend.
With that being said, guys, we can sleep tight tonight knowing that we're number one. We're on top of Real Madrid. So, see you guys in the podcast.